say welcome to International Ceramic Center at Janjagama. Welcome to 2013, year of change, and welcome to my personal teacher and overall master of kilns, loose mates, to tell us something about his experience in the last month that we did our best to build the kiln. Welcome.
Oh.
That's one question only that you have to answer, and that is welcome.
A month. Did we build a month?
Yes, we started on 1st of July when you came, but we started 2 weeks before that. We started actually 20th of June. We started building the construction around.
Just seems a few days.
It is
Like
time's
always,
flying.
like always with ceramics, time doesn't exist. Doesn't matter. You just build something or you make something and you put your heart in there, and that's what you need to do if you build a kiln. It has to look like a piece of your character, like a piece of your heart, and I think we succeeded.
Yes. It has a lot of stones around it, so.
It looks natural. It already had that flow when we started building it, like this. So it was a good kiln from the first brick till the last.
I felt at a certain point I felt that the kiln has his own character, her own. I just learned this morning that it's she. So her own character and will, and we tried to do this and to do that and to speed things up, and we wanted to have 2 firings, but we ended up with good firing. We ended up with good firing. We still don't know the results.
Soon as it was finished, I was already sure before we started, but as soon as it was finished, because it's always this, the roof problem we have.
Yeah.
With all these different stones.
It took us a few days
to figure that out, but as soon as it was finished, I was sure she would break records if you're not break every once in a while and stop feeding her, because this thing goes fast. But that's a good thing, so you have all the quiet and rest you need to fire.
Yeah.
Time to contemplate and to drink a beer.
Yeah.
Necessary, and with the help of our magnificent students,
We
reached even a temperature we never knew that was existing.
in the kiln.
And this thing was, maybe everything is melted.
We will say that tomorrow, but that's not important for this part of the movie.
Important is that this is the center of this center.
Center of the center.
Yeah, the center of the center. And it's there, and it's not movable, so it will be there forever.
It will stay there after we don't fire anymore.
And for the rest, there's not much to tell. It's the Janjagama.
It's a Janjagama, yes, but as for me, it's the first one. Who knows, maybe the last one, but you never can tell that. And you have built several of them. It's always interesting to hear. I have no comparison.
Well,
you probably
I don't know either. Every kiln has his own character, his own way of.
But you cannot compare. Yes, it's like you would compare different people.
Well, it's like this. You build with what you have. Every press is different, and every new bricks are new bricks, and old bricks are old bricks. So you have to deal with that, and every result is different, and that reflects in the kiln. So every kiln, some kilns you have a lot of difficulties to get temperature. Others they go so fast you have to brake. And then we have kilns that won't cool. So you do everything you can, and after 2 weeks it's still hot, which is not a bad case, but eventually you want to see what you've done.
Eventually, you want to live long enough to see what you fired.
And like a lot of people think anagama comes from Japan, that is pure rubbish. They digged up anagamas all over the world, and they are like
It's only the name that comes from Japan.
The oldest one is about 3,000 years ago built, fired, and it's somewhere northern Creta.
Could be.
Yeah, it's the same kilns, same concept. And then in Germany they have this kilns too. We don't know how old they are, but they're still
The
They're still
remains are still there.
And so I would say the word anagama is Japanese, but all the rest is universal.
Yeah.
And this is the anagama, the one and only.
The one and only Janjagama. I must say that as the building approached, and I didn't do anything of preparing the work, because I knew when once we start there will be no ending, so why bother preparing a month before, because when you start it's gonna eat you up, and it did. But I must say that everything just as I'm actually already kind of used to in this place, everything just came together. We got in the beginning, we got searched for the material that would be the best to glue the stones together, and we got that huge donation from Finland without expecting that. So that's something you cannot prepare. And I heard later that was the moment to call the guy, because he was in a good mood, to say, well, why not, let's make a good deed. Let's send them everything they need, and we're going to call it a Research and Development Center for our company. So on the other hand, all my friends and people that are involved in the life of this atelier, they all came by, and everybody who came by, he did something. And that's actually the what I see in the beginning of all of it. The nicest thing to have that experience of working together on something that's bigger than ourselves, because this kiln will do a lot of nice stuff in the future. And then you came, and we started planning, and the planning of the kiln was different, so we had to make a break. Because the kiln didn't want to be fired 2 times in the same summer.
When I arrive somewhere, it's always like first I have to adapt to the place, then you have to adapt. I have to calculate how many bricks that we had. It was a problem to find that out, because there were so many different kinds of bricks, and they all have their own place in the kiln build. So it took me a few days to figure all this out. And then when we started to build, the kiln was smaller, bigger, longer, wider, rounder.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out.
Change the shape. It was shape-shifting in
We have
front
to
of our
figure
eyes.
out what was best here. And then after another few days of changing everything came to place, and then once we start to build, things go fast.
It went fast.
It's just you need to know what's best for the place. And after we put the roof on, which was dangerous business,
Very challenging.
we had a few things that cracked and burst and creaked, but they're set now. Nothing moved anymore. So let's say you have a good kiln and it will be helpful for you for decennia, because you don't have to.
I'm glad with that. Finally something I don't have to build every year.
Okay, that was the introduction. Because people are falling asleep now, I think, yeah?
No, just fine.
You have to cut everything that is...
Of course I'm going to cut everything that I don't like.
3 seconds.
Maybe you will
This
have... Maybe you will have just a picture.
This is Janjagama. And then cut.
Yeah.
Yama. Cut Yama.
No, but I was lying in bed yesterday and I was thinking like the relation that you actually start building with something like this, it's alive.
That's very much alive.
It's very much alive, and it is teaching you how to again and again and again how to respect forces of nature and how to respect other means of communications. Let's say we planned a lot of things, like, oh, this is going to be that day, and the other day there's going to be this happening, and the other day that is going to be happening, and then the brick falls out of the ceiling of the roof. So everything you planned, but just simple move, and the bricks falls out, and everything is delayed with 3 days. And from that moment on, you think, well, it's not what I would like to have. It's like what is to be likely to happen. And sooner you realize that rhythm, the better you cope with it, and you can do more.
Now the thing is alive. Everything
It drinks real, it's alive.
everything that will come out of it is alive. So
It eats a lot of food.
you have the privilege to see it being born in there,
Yes.
and it takes a while before it comes out. So it's like you actually involved with
It's great.
the species. So it's not the same as any other kilns. You have to put them in the right place, make sure they have enough glaze on it and not too much and things like this. And when they come out, they will be a part of you, they reflect you. So it's not so that the pieces that come out, most of the time people, if they get pieces from a first firing, they think, well, we never sell them, we never sell them. So, see, it's not a commercial kiln.
Yeah. No,
But on the other hand, if you got, that's what my master used to say, and he's living treasure. He says, if you got 3 good pieces out of an anagame, so you're wealthy. God's for on your side.
you're being
Yeah. And then he thinks a bit, because he's an old guy, and he says, well, and if you sell all the rest, you will be even wealthy.
happy and wealthy at the same time, from the same kiln. Same firing. Well,
A lot of those blocks.
oh, but we needed them.
Yeah, but they're still there.
They're still there, yes.
There's nothing much to say anymore about the kiln. The kiln is the kiln, you know? And it's part of you. If you fight it bad, Yeah, bad work. If you fire it well and you understand them, you will deliver good work. So this is a killing you can fire on yourself, all alone,
Yes.
if you are experienced now. But it's great to have people here who never saw such a killing and never worked with such a killing, and to give them
It's great to share.
the free hand, although I was over there watching.
Yeah, it's
I was over there watching.
it's a good. It's everything is positioned like it stars. From the one you see the other.
I gave them the impression they got free hand and they did well. So there's no reason to interfere or to make people nervous if they do well. And they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We have to stand in respect.
Well,
Well, one thing is for sure, it is not too big, it is not too small, so it suits you well, because if you build it a little bit bigger, you have to struggle to get it filled.
Yes.
And if we build it a little bit smaller, we couldn't get everything in there, so it's just what it is.
It's nice. It's a nice skill in the size and in the firing. What I have seen as far, it could be fired easily with two of us when we are alone. It could be filled less easily with two of us because we have to do the other things too. But it could be filled. So actually, if you would work in a production manner, you could fire it every 3 months.
Well, you know,
But we are not going to do
no.
that. I know already. But every 3 productive months, that would mean 6 or 7 or 8 real months in a real life.
When I took over, you went to eat, and I took over the kiln, I could actually go up with 300 degrees in 1 hour, and I could probably got more out of this and go faster, but that is not the intention of the kiln, but it's good. This is the first
Good to know
firing.
that
You need to test everything, and you need to make falls, you know. Even when they are intended, you need to make big reductions and see if how the kiln is reacting. Open these doors upstairs and close them and see if there is any change.
Hebben we genoeg hout?
Inderdaad, we hebben nog de meubels.
Pa sad, 11:97.
Keeping it and melting.
Yes! 1. 12:02. 3.
It's the atmosphere in the kiln. The atmosphere in the kiln is important, but
5.
everything went well, except for the roof that was on fire a bit.
Okay.
I found this very amusing.
But we expect, and that was exactly the moment when the right people came to see that and to do the job without that anybody gets stressed. And that's what I like about it. It's actually the flow when we were building it. When we needed more people, somehow more people would come. So it's always the kind of the energy that you attract
But this
works.
is Janjagama. You got other places where you work all alone. I did a lot of kilns just on my own. Then you got a complete different, not only, how should I say that, involvement of yourself in the kiln, because now if you work with a few people, things go not only faster, it's not sure that things go faster if you work with 3 people instead of alone, but you enjoy yourself more. If you are working alone, you always have this thing to, oh, I adjust this a bit, I adjust that a bit.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's easier to let other people work. So that's why I let Anja and then I fire a lot.
Yeah, but
And I think it's the only way to learn it. Just sit and work and feel what the killer needs and feel the fire.
fire is
The only way to learn how to kill him. And there are 2 possible things. 1, you hate it and you never fire again, or 2, you like it
or
and
to you're hooked.
you're hooked. Yeah. And this is the only way. It's like a bird. As soon as you get it, you want to fire more killings. So, and it's not always the big killings that are interesting, because a lot of my students think from, wow, let's fire a very big killing. So I sent them to a place and they fired this real big killing. It was boring because it took them 6 days. Just, you know how we fired this one, to put this foot in. Every day the same. So after 6 days they were just bored. And they realized the size of the kiln doesn't matter, it's just the feeling you have and the connection with the kiln. The connection you have when the kiln rises and when you hear them and you smell them, that is important. Well, I give an example. There were 2 of them, they were fighting like nuts to get this cone down. The cone was like this, and they fire and they fire and they fire, and end of their shift, the cone was still like this. But the other team comes up, and they think, well, by the looks, the kiln has too much wood in it, so they sit down, they drink something, they talked a bit, and after half an hour, the cone was down. They just didn't do anything. The cone went down of itself.
Yeah, because it got to breathe.
And that's life with a wood kiln.
Running away.
Take a peek. Close it again.
For the... A sad ovako.
Ja sad zauzmem. Sad se stvarno.
A sad za stvarno.
Oh shit. Wrong bottom, sorry.
Ono što izbaci rit. Ajde. Kling, 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 kling. Oh, kling, 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 kling.
Counting
Now all
again.
together, 3, 4. Don't spill, please. Please don't spill. Slivili.
Slivili.
Whatever the results may be.
In the firing, when you reach this melting point of the glazes and this fusion point where the stone first clay becomes stone. It's about 900, between 900 and 1100 clay becomes stone. But
And this stone
if you go
goes
over 1250, 1260, then stone becomes glass. And this is very special. In the early days, the potter in the early communities was an important guy because he knew how to change.
He knew the
He was the
alchemy.
only one who knew the change of materials. He
He
made
knew the alchemy
stone from
of
mud
things.
and from stone he made glass. And he knows the way of the fire. So together with the blacksmith, he was very important in the community because those two people made everything that was
Made useful stuff.
used in the community. And nowadays, well, the people lost their bond with fire and they lost their bond with everything that is natural. So it's important to keep this.
Spirit going.
And the few people who still know all this, to let them talk. They will have 1,000 names for the fire, like the Eskimos for snow. They can tell you
There are
about
1,000 different.
this small dancing flames
Yes.
turning around your work. They can tell you about long flames that go like very slowly, because reduction keeps them in slow motion. They can tell you about this really roaring flames going through. Oof. That's the ones you see coming out of the chimney. Put a lot of attention of giving you the whole concept of a glass. Glass first start to boil. Bubble, 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 bubble. You get a lot of craters and bubbling
Yeah, we
things.
had that in a 2009 workshop.
And then it stopped to melt after the boiling. A lot of people stop because they think, oh, the glass is boiling, so it's too hot. But no. Then it melts, and when it's completely like a mirror, the glass is ready. And it's difficult to show this in this kiln because you have to reach that far behind over the flames. But I think we can show you that today in the other kiln.
The reflection of the when the glaze is ready.
That is universal for all kilns, but with experience you can see that just by looking. But at first you need a small tool, this iron bar. And because the flames are in front here, you have to reach too far to see the result. And normally I do this when the first chemical reaction is there, the glass starts to boil. You can see them blah 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 blah. And then I do this again after a while when the boiling starts to go over in melting, and then you see these little craters that have to melt down to fill up, and then when everything is smooth you stop firing. So you don't need these cones. You can actually see what you do and when you reach temperature on the glasses. And that is why when we were firing, I looked in the kiln every time and looked at the glasses, not so directly at the coins. They will drop eventually, and they were all dropped, but still you can add more to the glass. You can make it more mature, to add ashes, to lower the fire for a while to 1100 degrees and go back up and just make fun.
Yeah, just play with it.
Well, this makes us 2 hours older, and we are already completely wrinkled.
Yeah.
We start moisturing.
It's already over and out.
Start cutting on this thing.